What is next for the former UFC middleweight champion Sean Strickland? He lost his title tonight against Dricus du Plessis in a very close fight. I say you book him against Robert Whittaker. In the lead up to this fight, he said about Robert Whittaker that he was a dead horse and he was washed up, and he wasn't giving Dricus du Plessis the credit that he truly deserves for beating Robert Whittaker. We all were shocked when Dricus du Plessis beat Whittaker that night, and for me, I don't think Robert Whittaker is washed up, and I don't think he's a dead horse. I think he still has plenty of fight left in him, and I think he is still upper echelon elite of the middleweight division. And I just think Dricus is, really fucking good too, So you got to do Sean Strickland versus Robert Whittaker. It has a built-in backstory right there. We're going to see, is Robert Whittaker really a dead horse or not, Or is Sean Strickland going to lose 2 in a row, With that said, it was a very close fight tonight. And Sean showed that he could. I would like to see a rematch against Dricus. I thought he won tonight. I thought it was 1, 2, and 5 for Sean Strickland, but it was such a close fight that I can't even be mad at Dricus winning, even though I didn't see it. I saw rounds 3 and 4 for Dricus clearly, but depending on how you scored round 2, I guess, maybe even depending on how you scored round 5, but 1, 2, and 5 Sean Strickland. That's how I had it. Yeah, I will, even a rematch with Adesanya at some point down the line, depending if he could win the title. Who knows? Like, Sean Strickland's going to be good. He's got fights. People want to see him fight. People want to hear from him. I'm going to be honest with you guys. When he gave that tirade at the press conference, and I've said a lot of things about Sean Strickland. I call it how I see it with him. I've praised his fighting ability when it deserves it. And I've also criticized his behavior when it deserves it. Because let's face it, he is a loudmouth, brash, asshole. And he does come off as a bully when he goes on people's shows like Ariel Helwani and talks crazy to him, knowing that he's not even a fighter. You know what I mean? You're just disrespecting him to his face. But when he went on that tirade on that reporter, and he started talking about, you weaseled your way in and you're an infection and all this stuff, I really felt a shift, and I felt like he sort of hijacked a separate argument, and it was like, yeah, Sean, go Sean. Like, I agree with Sean Strickland on a lot of the things that he says in that regard. Do I think it's right to disrespect them for it or anything like that? No, but I agree with what Sean Strickland was saying, and I got behind him, and I know a lot of other people did too. I know a lot of other people did as well, and even the Canadian crowd was a very pro Sean Strickland crowd. He was very vocal with his criticisms of Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, whatever they have up there. But yeah, man. I like Sean Strickland. I don't like Sean Strickland. I don't like the way he behaves in various different settings, but I like his fights, and I like the things that he says about, society is weak and things like that. I do see truth in that to a certain degree. With that said, I want to see him fight Robert Whittaker next. He said he was a dead horse. Let's put that to the test. We're going to see if he's really a dead horse, Sean. You better be ready to take on Robert Whittaker, who's been a consummate, number 1, number 2 guy at middleweight, or champion, you know what I'm saying? So one of the greatest middleweights of all time is Robert Whittaker, arguably, I would say top 3. You got Anderson Silva, Israel Adesanya, Robert Whittaker, top 3 middleweight of all time, So that's my take on that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you want to see for Sean Strickland? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? It doesn't really matter. I just want you to join the discussion, and please follow for more. Thank you. You are all appreciated.